didn't want to edit that show tonight anyways. Hey guys, what's going on? This is weird, I know. Hey, from Iowa. Oh, hey Mike, what's going on? So if any of you guys went over to Facebook and were like, hey, what the heck? We're sorry. Apparently tonight we're experiencing technical difficulty. There's nothing I love more than getting a little technical difficulty. Like after a wonderful Monday, and today was definitely a Monday. Today sucked. Would you agree?
No, today was good.
Today was good?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't think so.
Hi from Long Beach.
I think today was not a good Monday. But, you know, hey, whatever. It happens.
Sure.
It happens. Of course, we're, you know, down to the wire as always. Let's see.
Alright, what's going on here?
I don't know. Just trying to get everything caught up here.
Hi.
So, do me a favor. Grab the Knowledge Fest timesheets over there. Oh, let me hit mute. All right. We're gonna definitely need that. Let me zoom in here some. And the reason why, like, even this isn't like really yay because we were too busy trying to figure out why Facebook wasn't working. So.
No, it's no time, man. No time for that. It's just Arizona iced tea.
What's that?
That's the energy.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, it is.
So, go ahead and fill them in on the time that we're going to be doing our 2 live shows.
All right. So on Friday.
Yes.
On Friday, I gotta go get this one first.
You don't have to go get it. You really have it in your hands.
I have it in my hands, but I don't know where is the.
That's the late one.
It's 11 or 2?
That's the later one. It's at like 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock. So the date wise,
this is
would be the 7th. This is Sunday. This is Sunday.
This is Saturday.
That's Saturday. You need the one that says Friday.
Friday.
Hey, there you go, 7th. All right, scroll.
7?
Yep. So it should be because that's lunch.
No.
Keep going down. Keep going down.
That's it.
No. All right, so.
That will be this one, right?
Yeah, that's it.
There you go.
All
right, 4.
Hey, we found it.
I don't know how to read, so I'm sorry. Anyway, so Friday, 4 o'clock Eastern time.
No.
Eastern time.
That's Pacific time.
That's Pacific time. There you go. See?
So it's 3 hours, 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Oh my God.
So 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on Friday.
Yep, it's gonna be a live show. Don't push the table.
Thanks. We will be
Jason.
doing. There we go.
I love it. That's fine. All right, let's try again.
Yeah. There you go.
So Friday the 7th, we're gonna be live on YouTube at 4 o'clock. That's what we. Yeah.
4 o'clock Pacific or 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
Correct.
So, there you go. Backwards. Anyways, Friday the 7th, our live show, which we're going to be doing a tour of the showroom for. If you're on the Pacific Coast, where we'll be at, it's going to be 4 o'clock. If you're on the East Coast, it's going to be at 7 o'clock. Remember, there's a 3-hour time difference. That show, we're going to do half of the install bay, where we're going to walk around and show you guys all the fun that is... You know, what we're doing. That didn't work.
What are you doing? Just go. Let's go.
No. I was trying to change this view here. Now, yeah. Okay, so get us to Saturday.
Hey, Robert Van Hoy, what's going on, guys?
What are we doing Saturday?
On Saturday, we have our class, the digital business cards. It's going to be at 9:30.
There we go.
9:30 is going to be our class. Wadeen is going to talk about everything.
Oh, yeah, Saturday. All right, yeah. So Saturday...
9:30.
No. Yeah, but they're not going to go... I need to know when the live show is.
The live show is going to be at 12. Well, we have to decide. From 12 to 4. Yeah.
It's 12 to 4? All right, so 12.
But we have to make sure what time exactly it's going to be.
12. Well, yeah, I mean, it'll be 15 minutes after the time. But There again, remember, 4 o'clock is when it starts, so that's when we get there is at 4. So realistically, if everyone's waiting at 4, we'll be ready at about 4:05 because we'll already have our stuff set up and ready to go. So we can literally just walk in and go. So.
All right, so it's going to be 12 to 4:30.
Well, yeah, but it's going to start. They don't need to know when it ends. That's so 12 o'clock. So that's there again 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. All right. So on Saturday the show will be 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 12 o'clock Pacific Time, and this is just a train wreck. I apologize. So we have that written down, simple, so we can tell it again. That's what I need to know there. Now, if you want to play along there, so Kicker reached out to me today because they're having a webinar. And who doesn't love a good webinar? And they've invited everyone that wants to participate in their webinar. So their webinar is going to be on finding a usable audio signal to add an amp.
What's that,
It's going to be tomorrow at 10 p.m. Central Time. So that's 11 p.m. our time, and you guys can do the math the other way. So they gave me a huge address to go to in order to register. So I'm going to write that down because I cannot, and my marker just died. So why don't you go ahead and take a question while I'm doing this. Get a marker that works.
Oh wow, this is cool.
What?
That's my Mustang. My dad dropped it off today for me.
Oh, is
Thanks
it?
for the install. Well, if you...
Oh.
That's probably you Mustang.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, no, we literally just finished it before we went on. So it's been a Monday. We had some cancellations today. We had a manufacturer that sent us the wrong parts.
What's up, Michael?
And that was funny because they don't have tech support. Which I was like, how do you not have tech support? So I had to email them a picture of the harness that was missing.
Hi guys, do you like to use speaker baffles? I lost it. Speaker baffles in the door, or let the door speaker utilize the door cavity air.
Never use the speaker baffles.
We use fast rings.
Yeah.
We use fast rings. In between the fast ring is like a inch. So it's plenty air for that.
So the problem with the speaker baffles is that they create a baffle around the speaker. And most door speakers are infinite baffle speakers, meaning they need a bigger air chamber in order to play. So when you put them in that, they typically sound really, really bad. With that being said, if you're worried about like water and stuff like that getting on top of your speakers, you still can use the baffle. Just cut the baffle in half so that the top half of the baffle will cause the rain to drip off of it, and you'll be fine. And that's how you would use that speaker.
Yeah.
Now, if you do something like a fast ring that has that back piece of foam on it, then you're not going to have that problem.
Right, that's right. What is the correct size for the Focal KX2s? Are the 6.5s or 6 3/4? I'm gonna say they're 6.5s.
I don't know. You got a pair right there. Grab them.
Grab the K2. All right.
Why not, right? Why would you make registration for this thing 500 characters long? I'm going to apologize. So what I'll probably... Yeah, I don't even know. I'll put this in the show notes for this episode. So if any of you guys are watching this after the fact and you're like, hey, I'll try to put this Bible in here so that you guys can register for this kicker training if you would like to. Because I don't know if any of you are going to be able to get this. This is quite... yeah, dude, this is like the pin code from hell. Oh my gosh, yes. Webinars made easy. How is like? Okay, this is the go-to. Attendees go to webinar.com/register/504-8522-39197356-867. Okay, so what I'll do is if you guys want to go to this, is tomorrow. I will put this in the show notes at the end of the show, so when I get home tonight, I'll add this to it. There again, it's tomorrow 10 o'clock Central Time. I'll put all that relevant information in the link to this video. That way, if you do want to attend this class, it's open to anybody. Anyone can go. You don't have to be in industry. You could be anyone that wants to join this. They were like, hey, throw it out to your audience. If anybody wants to participate, they can. It's general knowledge for car audio, so they're opening it to anybody that wants to attend it. So it might be fun. Hey, DNF, quick question. When setting up crossovers, do you have to set my crossover to the designated frequency on my amp, or do I only use the crossover on my DSP? I would only use the crossover on your DSP. The amplifier can just run full range, do its thing, old school style. Let the DSP do all the crossover work.
All right, so this is a 6.5.
Yes, it is. So this is the K2... This is an Elite K2 Power ES 165 K2.
Oh, my way.
So this is in the 6.5 inch component set.
Okay.
And it is a 6.5.
I don't know if it did. Because this comes with the KX2, right?
Well, that tweeter's bigger.
Right.
Yeah, that's the bigger tweeter.
Right.
That's 2 inches.
That's 2 inches.
Now here's the deal. If for some reason the manufacturer gives you millimeters, they always give you the breakout as far as hole depth. If it's in millimeters, get yourself a cool app called Units. You can type in the millimeters and it'll convert it over to inches for you. But, so, there you go. Sweet, thank you. Oh no, your problem. The nice thing too is they come with, do those come with grills? Those have the grills? Oh, we threw away the grills. They come with big
grills, man.
Done any Cadillac CTSs? Yes. We've swapped a couple radios in those. Lots of fun.
Yeah, really?
Not really. I was joking. They're not real fun at all. All right. Hey guys, have you done any 202 Audi all road with Bose? No, I don't think so. I don't even know. Yeah, no.
Hey guys, have you ever races mount front door speakers due to the high top mount?
Recessed. I think it's supposed to say recessed front door speakers due to high top mount. So when we're making speaker baffles, alright. So a speaker baffle is what's used to mount the speaker in the door. There's two things you have to worry about when making a speaker baffle properly for a door panel. You have the metal, of course, which is the door panel, and you have from that point there to wherever the window is or whatever is behind the speaker, and then you have from this point here forward to wherever the door panel is going to hit the speaker. Now, keeping in mind that the speaker moves, the front side has to have a gap. So unlike the window side, where if you're an eighth of an inch away from the window, you're okay. On the front side, that eighth of an inch won't be the same because you have a speaker that moves. It could move up to a quarter to a half inch. So you have to keep that in consideration when doing that. If you need to move a speaker into the door because of how close the door panel is, you just have to keep in mind what's behind it because you can only go back so far. So it's kind of a yin and yang balance system between how far in or out you can go with the speaker. You have to always keep that in mind. I've seen plenty of times where people build these really cool baffles that bring their speaker out of the door, and then they go to put the door panel on and it hits because they only took in half the equation. You really have to think about both. I used to frown when I saw Cadillacs pull in the install bay. We still do. Actually, we had one Saturday where the Cadillac was the easiest car we worked on. That was kind of nice. Will you guys do any unboxing reviews for the new Pioneer 8 and 10 inch head units? Yes. Once all that stuff starts to ship and become available, we will be doing it. We also found out that we should be getting a high 10 from Stinger here shortly. So we'll have that to play with. Everyone else's isn't shipped yet, so we'll work with that.
So I ran out of usable channels on my Helix DSP3. Which DSP will you go with? Helix, DSP Pro, MK2, or the Mini DSP? CDSP, 8x12, the L and Y. 3-way components, front, rear, and sub.
So there's really, Helix makes a great product. Big fan, love them. When it comes to any DSP, you really have to, you struggle, okay? Because right now you have like 12 channel DSPs, but most of them are 8 channels. So it's like 6 to 8, 8 to 8, 4 to 8, 4 to 6, 8 to 10, and it's like, we run into issues that way. Now, there's two companies out there that have solved this issue. One of them being Kicker, which solved the issue 6 years ago with the Q class, which was you could just stack as many amplifiers into the software as you want, and it allowed you to expand on all the way out. Alpine this year is coming out with a 16-channel DSP, 16-channel in, 16-channel out, because they're getting bigger, and we need to be able. JL Audio is the other company that does that with the VXI stuff. You can combine the amplifiers and do multiple amplifiers stacked. Now, back to Helix. What you run into is you have to figure out what your end amount of channels is going to be. So if you're three-way front, that's 6 channels. If your rear is coaxial, that's 8 channels. And then if you're subwoofer, that's 9 channels. Now if your rear is full active too, well then that's 11 channels. So any 12-channel DSP will do the job. We ran into this problem with the Honda Civic. The brand new Honda Accord. Civic's pretty similar too, but the brand new Honda Accord has active front, active rear, center, and sub. It's a lot of channels. What you need in order for it to function aftermarket-wise is the active front, the center, and the sub. But now you have an input issue. So luckily the front and the rear were playing the exact same signal, and there was no backup sensors or anything like that got in the way. Now if there was, then we would have had to have input-wise 10 channels of input for a DSP. There are very few DSPs out there with 10 channels of input. A lot of them have multi-channels of output. So the easiest thing to do is just figure out how many channels of active output you need, and then figure that you're never going to upgrade and buy that one. However, I would keep in mind with the Helix, the center channel is a big option with those. A lot of the Helix have the upmixer built into it. If yours does, you may want to spend the money and get the bigger DSP. Now the other option, of course, is just to buy a second DSP, but then the math gets a lot of fun and can be a real hassle to set up.
All right, somebody asked a question, and he was concerned if you ever build subwoofer boxes or speaker boxes or whatever.
Yeah, so for my first career in car audio was
you had a first career?
Yeah, I had a first career. It was
Wow.
For 21 years. I worked at a place called AVE Car Stereo. There is a video playlist called Dean's Classic Car Stereo Installs.
I'm sorry.
There was a handful of videos that I found from, as they say back in the day, some of the cars that I had built. Yes, I built a ton of boxes. I've built more boxes and huffed more stupid MDF and
so when you say you did custom stuff, really?
I did a lot of custom stuff. I haven't done custom in, I'm guessing, 9 years now.
Tim.
So 8.5 years. Well, I think for the first 2 years we were here, we did a little bit, but not much. It's just not our thing. But yes, I have built more boxes than I care to ever build a box again.
So that's the reason why he don't want to build boxes anymore.
Yeah, I'm over it. Yeah. I'm really over it. For a young man building boxes when I got into this, that was
I have the opportunity to come in here and we build a box for 412s.
Did we build a box?
Yes, 412s, and then the box for the Camaro.
I built a box for a Camaro?
And a box for Jeep.
I thought you saw the 315s box. Didn't you see the 315s box?
Yeah.
And the Ram?
Yeah.
You were here. Yeah.
No, but I like me working with you.
Oh, I built the 410s box.
The 410 box.
Oh, underneath the F-150.
Correct.
Yeah, that was a nightmare.
And then...
I was mad the whole time.
And then the Jeep, remember?
Yeah, for...
and the tailgate, yeah.
Yep.
Alright, so hang on. I want to say... EOD Vet.
What's up from Cali?
Thank you so much.
Oh, did we get one? Oh, yeah,
he just dropped $15. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
Center channel Helix Ultra. Use mid-range plus tweeter plus mid-range solo, or tweeter solo with the component tweeter mid. Eliminate the need for a three-way front stage. Ooh, that's a good question. All right, let me slow down.
Cal Utopian drivers. Wow.
Okay, Helix Ultra. The Helix Ultra is the cat's meow for
Correct.
Sure. Use mid-range plus tweeter or mid-range solo or tweeter solo would a component tweeter plus mid-range eliminate the need for three-way front stage. Folk Utopia drivers. All my experience with Utopia M drivers has been as a three-way set. I would strongly recommend the three-way set. The center channel is nice. I'm a fan. However, if you're only concerned with you, the driver, making up a one-person car, meaning you're going to time alignment for you, the driver, then that is a perfectly acceptable way to go. I do the three-way components, call it a day, sit back, relax, and enjoy the stereo you have. If you're concerned about the person sitting next to you, then the center channel becomes a whole nother monster because they don't get the same experience as you. If you've ever set up a car and sat in the driver's seat and you got that center image and everything sounds like it's up on the dash and you're going, big pimpin', baller style, this is bad, yeah. Well, the person in the other seat, go sit over there, let them, and then you sit over there, and this speaker is just on. Yeah, and nothing else is on in the car because that's all they hear.
And then the people are like, did you pay for these? Oh my God.
Yeah, so never let the person listen to your car in the passenger seat. So for me, I have the center channel because my car had it, and I just have enjoyed the use of it. There again, I don't care about the pass. No one ever rides in the passenger seat in my car. It's actually the backpack I carry has got more time in the passenger seat than any one person. And I've been married for almost 25 years, so yeah. DSP's with aux mixer and 12 channels of output.
Yes, Bobby, I would definitely tell Dean that you have to DM Bobby.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So what are we talking about?
I have no idea. I'm just kind of like, hey, from South Dakota.
What's up?
What gauge oxygen-free copper primary wire do you guys use for speaker wiring? Any brands? I didn't see a link. No, we don't have any links for that in the tool drawer. We use the Stinger wire, so it's all Stinger 18 gauge, I think. Mm-hmm. So we just carry primary wire. It's, yeah, rock on. But Stinger sells it in rolls. That's what we use. But center is center, LOL, we sit left or right of center. Yeah, but, I mean, we all want to... Let's not go down that road. I see you, Robert. I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to lure that whole conversation of, shouldn't it sound... Oh, God, no, we're not going to have that. We'll get Sajeki and Bill on to do that, and they can fight it out. Yeah.
What do I need to add an amplifier to a 2020 Toyota Corolla?
If you're just adding a sub-amp, you need a really good high-level to low-level adapter or an amplifier that has a really good high-level to low-level adapter built into it. Hey, and have I mentioned so far on the show that our sponsor for Knowledge Fest is Audio Control?
That's right.
Audio Control, grab one. Do you have one sitting over there? Yeah. Audio Control makes a line of products called ACM. ACM comes in 3 different versions: a mono 300x1, a 2x300, and a 4x300. This is the ACM 4x300. They're all the same size, and they can be put in many different directions. But what makes these neat is one of the features built into them is the LC product. So this has a 4-channel. If they made one, which they don't, this would be an LC4i. They don't make an LC4i, but they do make an LC1i, and that's what comes in, and they also make an LC2i. Okay. So this essentially has 2 LC2i's built into it, which means this can take a ton of voltage in, and this amplifier has your high level to low level built into it. Now, if you're trying to do a sub-amp, and you're like, I need more than 300 watts, they also make the LC 1.800. Now, the 1.800 does have the LC2i built into it with Acubase and all the fun stuff that comes along with it. I think it takes either 20 or 40 volts of input. It takes a lot.
All right, subtitles real quick. Juan.
Subtitles real quick.
No, I'm just saying. All right, so Juan. Rockford?
What are we trying to think?
Speakers go crazy, Mexican music and all that stuff. So Rock 4, the T2 components, Mili Pros, what other ones? K2s definitely. I like K2s.
I mean, if we're just talking regular speakers.
Now for the subwoofer, definitivamente el Epicentro Kicker hace unos amplificadores con el como si fuera el Epicentro más o menos. Buenísimo. So.
Ooh, I like Richard's question. Other than features, numbers of channels, etc., have you noticed that one DSP sounds better than another? Yes, we have. We noticed that a lot. Features are nice. Like when you buy, so we've talked about DSP a lot on the show because it is right now a trending topic for sure. And everyone I feel that is into car audio is slowly but surely getting into DSP. Obviously on our side of the table, the DSP is the solution for many factor radio integration issues. But on the fun side is it's bringing, like we all want to play with our toys, so to speak. And you know, you put your speaker in the door, there's only so much you can do, but a DSP gives you unlimited tweaking capability.
Hey, Jen,
you can just have fun and play. Hey, Jen, thanks. Hey, call me when you're done. I will.
All right.
Anyways, so what a DSP does is it allows us to get more intimate with our system and have fun. Now, as we talked about before, there's 4 essential things that a DSP needs. One is level control for each channel, another is EQ for each channel, time alignment for each channel, and crossover for each channel. I almost forgot the crossover. Other than that is all the all the salt and pepper that is attached to your DSP. And there's a ton of different salt and peppers attached to the DSP other than channels. Now, the common sense is if we look at a DSP that costs, let's say, $270, and we compare that to a DSP that costs, let's say, $650 or $500, is there going to be a difference there? Yes, there's going to be a substantial sound difference between those two, because that doubling of the money gives that person the ability to make a better product, use better components. One of the things that when I was out at Audio Control that was just fascinating to me was they were there putting in the DSP boards into the D4.800s. If any of you guys caught that video, which we're like done on that, you guys have to. Anyways, we're done taking submissions for that to win the amplifier.
Yeah, that's it's done.
Yeah, that's done. We'll announce the winner on Monday. But seeing those circuits and how they were made, and just like how intense, like wow, like there's a lot crammed onto that board. And you know, I've seen other DSP boards, and it's like, okay, I get it. But yeah, so we have noticed a substantial difference between DSPs and how they sound. And it's definitely one of those cases, the more money you spend, the better it sounds. Yeah, totally.
All right, so right here.
How do you
does the audio control work with the stop-start, like the kicker key?
No.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
They don't have that.
And the only reason why the kicker key works is because Kicker is really taking an active role in trying to... So, they used to make a line of amplifiers, which I don't remember which one it was, but the problem that they have with it is, like, if you watch the show where we dynoed the 800.1, we were talking to Joe, and he was talking about all different types of power supplies. One of the power supplies that they chose in this particular amplifier, it did not like low voltage, and so, which most power supplies don't, but this one was particularly picky. And so what they learned from that was that they need to make amplifiers that where shutting off is a priority, meaning not shutting off is a priority. So, you know, they get a hard enough time from you guys, so they wanted to make amplifiers that will work in low battery situations. And because stop-start is a hot button topic right now, they wanted to make sure that their amplifiers would not be the issue for somebody complaining that their amplifier didn't work right. So when they redesigned the CS series amplifiers, that was the first thing. Now, is that going to move forward in their amplifier lineup? I don't know, because there are certain limitations to it, as you saw in the video, like the CS 800 at 9 volts, which is what we was only putting at like 400 watts, but it never shut off. So what's more important? Never shutting off because you have a stop-start vehicle, or getting that 800 watts because you have 15 volts or 14 volts or whatever it is going, or 1200 watts. You get my point? So it's a really weird thing.
All right, somebody asked, what do you pick, the 7-inch Kenwoods or the Kicker KS?
Well, they make two different 6.5, so, I mean, two different 7-inch.
I mean,
so they have, I mean...
I would go with the 7-inch.
Yeah, but I'm going to go with the higher end. I don't think if I'm going with the
yeah.
XRs,
yeah.
But I don't know if they're the same price point.
No, but I mean, it doesn't matter. It's 7-inch. Have more mid-bass.
I don't know, man. Those things sound so good.
I take the 7-inch.
Okay. For the mini, where's the extra part or the regular? But there again, it comes down to how many channels you need. So, if you're planning on doing any EQ adjustments on your DSP, do you set your gains with the DD1? 0 dB using the DD1. Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea. So, okay. And this is a hot button topic that again, we talk about a lot, because 0 dB is a great place, especially if you're doing equalization, because keep in mind, if you're going to EQ up at all, if you EQ something up, then you're raising that output. If you're EQing something down, you're taking that output away. So, you know, if you set your gains to, and there again, just throwing this out there, if you set your gains to 6 dBs or 5 dBs, and then you do anything gaining up, well, guess what? Now you're at 9 dBs. That's a lot for a mid-range or a tweeter. If you leave it at 0 dB, and let's say you have to go up 3 dB, you're fine. If you need to go down 4 dB, you're fine. So leaving some of these smaller speakers like that at 0 dB is definitely not going to hurt anything.
All right.
And will give you more adjustment. Now, in the end, if you've adjusted everything at 0 dB and you look at it and you're going, oh, I really didn't gain anything up, well, then you can go back in and add in some volume.
All right, somebody asked about 608. I'm trying to find it.
Okay. You know what this means? I don't have to edit a video tonight.
Oh, that is...
Well, I edit this. I'm going to edit something else. I'm going to try to finish the Raptor video.
I'm trying to find the question for the 608, but it's like, it's done.
Well, you guys review the Kenwood DMX series. We're going to try to review as many of the radios as we can next year, or this year, 2020. We know we didn't do a lot of them for 2019. It just, you know, it's kind of, it's a pain. I'm going to be honest. It's a pain in the butt to do those reviews, and we've been trying to figure out ways to do them so they're not so painful. Because, you know, those reviews are like 45 minutes to an hour long. Well, that's a hell of an edit to try to get done in one night. And we've made them so intense, so what we might do is actually split the reviews up so that, like, one day you get the, like, the back side of the radio only and, like, the unboxing with the back side of the radio, and then the next day you get, like, all the features so that it's more doable. And we can get it done, because staying up till 4 in the morning editing that video and then having to do it again the next night, it doesn't work for me. I'm getting old. I installed the Singer High 10 today. Nice unit. Yeah, I know. I can't, dude. Oh man, they got. Oh, can't talk about it. But no, hopefully we'll have our High 10 to start review on, hopefully next week. It should be here this week, and then we'll be able to do the review next week.
There you go, David. Somebody say,
any
all-screens, no buttons head unit that you recommend?
No. All-screen, no buttons. Like a big one or a little one? I mean, all-screen-wise, I like the Pioneer, the old, which is still current, which is that 6-inch.
Like the app radio?
Yeah, that's the current version of the app radio. It's like a 15 or 14 something NEX.
Something like that, yeah.
That's pretty nice. On the KX2s, what is the overall height? Do you still have it out, or did you put it away? You put it away. I have no idea. That stuff is definitely on their website, I would hope.
Yeah.
Would a DSP benefit in an open-air vehicle like a boat?
That was a good one right there. Yes.
Yes. You know, I did. One of the things we talked about, we talked deeply with Jeff Smith on, was like DSPs on motorcycles and things like that. And I was like, why would you need it? It's just loud. And he was like, why wouldn't you need it? You still need to EQ it. You still need it to make it sound good. Remember, there's 4 things in a DSP. You don't have to use all 4 of them. And in a boat, you don't necessarily need time alignment. But wouldn't it be nice to EQ everything? Maybe be able to volume control something, as well as add a crossover? Those 3 features are awesome.
Yeah.
So, yes, would a DSP be nice in a boat? Definitely. Now, I get that in a boat, most of the time, it's just put in the JL speakers, turn it up all the way, go out, drink some beer, and who gives a poo. However, some people want it to actually sound good, so wouldn't it be nice to be able to have that control? Yes, so definitely DSP on a motorcycle, on a boat. That was why the DSR-1 came out, and it's so small. Because it was made to fit into motorcycles.
Definitely.
It'd be nice if they would have waterproofed it. But
recommend a DSP in a single cab truck? Yeah.
I recommend a DSP for everything, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to Oprah Winfrey this. You get a DSP. You get a DSP. Everyone gets a DSP.
Are you going to pay for it?
No.
Oh, okay.
No. I did pay for the Tweak 88. That was fun.
All right.
Hey, what?
What?
I don't know. You're going too fast.
I know. It's like.
I know.
Boom.
It's doing its thing. See, that's the one nice thing about Monday and doing this on Facebook as opposed to YouTube is that it's a lot slower.
Yeah.
And there's not as much. So, like, all you guys are like, you should always do it on. You should forget Facebook. Just do it on YouTube. YouTube's the best. Monday's a rough day. I mean, we've all had our Mondays and sitting down, relaxing, and just kind of like chilling out.
Can you make me an show for under the passenger seat? You did one on the 2018 Honda Accord.
So the problem is we don't keep measurements for that stuff. So and they're tight. That one was super
really
tight.
It depends of the amplifier. The amplifier that we put in there, that was the Kicker Q Class 1005, and that's thin. So
what's better, Kicker or Scar? Kicker. There again.
With a K.
Yeah. There again. Okay, so if we want to play the What's Better game, let's play the What's Better game and let's just pretend. Let's not even play the game. Let's just state fact for facts, okay? So whether your board is made in China or Korea or Thailand or Bangladesh or America or wherever these things are made that make them better than the others, okay? What is behind that board is really the question you should be asking yourself. Did an engineer design that board, or was it just something that's from like the 1990s that they're mass producing, that they got done, you know, and their copyright, they're like, we can't do this, their you know, stealing part is expired. Manufacturers that have actual engineers employed by them to design products, such as like JL Audio, such as Kicker, such as Rockford, such as Audison, all these high-end name brand companies, they actually have engineers that sit down and design products. Now, where they assemble them, wherever, I get it. You know, hate on that, cool, that's whatever. There are other manufacturers out there that don't do that. They just buy and sell and have their name silk screened on that. There again, there's nothing wrong with that. There's not a wrong here. There's just, which product do you want to own, do you feel better about? Now, when you have to pay an engineer to sit there and design a product and do a specific thing and add really cool features into it, like distortion detectors and active EQ and auto EQing and all these cool things that these higher end products have, okay? Well, you have to pay now to have that engineer design that thing, so you have these salaries that, you know, these guys are making money, so that is going to get rolled in the price of the amplifier. So if you look like a VXI amplifier, the reason why it's not cheap is that took 2.5, 3 years to engineer that amplifier, and that guy had to get paid, and there's usually more than one guy. There again, just an example. As opposed to, picking up the phone, hey man, what's going on? Uh-huh, I'll take a dozen. Yeah, pallets. Okay, cool. Thanks. Oh yeah, don't forget, our name, put it on there. Okay, so there is a slight difference. There again, neither good nor bad, just two ways of doing business. So if you're a fan of a product, be a fan of that product, support that product, be happy with that product. Is there some others say, yes, I would like to do this? Now, manufacturers like that pick up the phone and say, it needs to work within this realm, it needs to do this, it needs to do that, and they rely on those engineers of the company that is saying, oh yeah, we got that, to fix all those things. Sometimes it's for the better, and sometimes it's not. So there's many things that are going on here. So one brand better than other? I don't know. I like them all. I really don't care. I like car audio, okay? So that means car audio. I don't care whose name is on it. It does what I want it to do, and it makes me or the customer happy. Bingo! Okay? So not everyone can get this, but they can get that. Is it car audio? Yeah, then get it. Okay. Sorry.
All right. Wow, that was a long one,
No,
man.
you know, just I get, you know.
I totally lost that one. That was a good one. Okay,
I
when
screwed
setting
it up.
gains and crossovers on an amp with the LC7i, do you start with the LC7i first, or do I need to set in the settings on the radio and set it to flat? Definitely set it to flat.
Yeah, you always go source, then next, call the gain train. So, you know, radio flat, subwoofer up, wherever you're going to have that. And then you just slowly move down.
And
so you're going to go radio, then you're going to go LC.
The DD1.
Yeah, so you're going to move. So you could put the gains all the way down, all the way through, and you can go on the output of the amplifier. You don't actually have to go to each device. You just put them on the output of the amplifier, and as you work your way through the devices, you'll eventually end up at the amplifier.
All right.
Gain train, that's right. And if you're wondering where the term gain train came from, Tony D'Amore, who is the inventor of the DD1 along with Steve Mead, has a video called How to Use and How to Set Up using the gain train, and he will walk you through it's a great video. Totally watch it. It's called Gain Train. Tony D'Amore. So if you own a DD1, his name's right on it. If you don't know how to spell that D'Amore, which is fine, just head over to Steve Mead's page and it'll be there.
Yeah,
because it's on every single product that they make together.
He actually typed this question like a few times.
I recently purchased a 2012 Equinox and want to swap door speakers for Sundown Neo 6.5s. The Sundown SAX 1004. What wiring would you recommend if keeping the stock radio? So it's a 2012 Chevy Equinox. So the first question is an Equinox with or without Bose? Because that's going to be important. If it doesn't have Bose, then you're just going to have a conventional radio that just has regular amplified outputs in a nice high level to low level adapter, something like an LC7i or an LC6i. Will work fine, and it'll give you exactly what you're looking for. If you'd like to go DSP, then obviously some form of DSP is going to have the high level to low level built into it, and you're rocking there. But now, if it has Bose, that's where it gets a little bit more fun, because it may just have a variable voltage output coming out of the factory radio into the Bose amplifier, in which case you can just solder on RCAs. Now, the easiest way to check this out, obviously what product would be better, is go to either metroonline.com, because if it is the Bose and it's 2012, they may have the older pre-Amp Pro version of a preamp section for that. They used to make that would just plug in and give you your RCAs, so you don't have to get kooky and solder things on. And if it isn't, you could head over to metroonline.com and pick up the T-harness for that radio, so you don't have to cut the plugs. And if they don't make a T-harness, they're going to make a 70 and a 71 version. You just buy both of those, and you can make your own T-harness.
All right, what is the best
head unit? HO? Oh, high output alternator.
Oh, high output alternator. Best customer service. Email company twice with no response back. I want to pay. I have a repair, but no response.
I got nothing. If anyone's got an answer for him on this one, talking about you've had good experience with an alternator manufacturer, go ahead, type it in, and that'd be wonderful.
I got another one.
2008 Raptor with B&O using nav TV. A to B optics, out Helix DSP, no need to distortion detector. Correct! There's well, okay. No. Yes, you do need a distortion detector. Because it's not it's like the Raptor we did was digital all the way through. So there is a gain on the amplifier, you just turn them off. But you have a gain on the amplifier. So even though what that is doing is it's giving you a digital signal out of the radio and allowing you to use the DA converter built into the Helix to turn it from digital to analog. So even though you have digital coming in, so that means between the radio and the DSP, there is no distortion. There's no gain issue there, because it's literally just ones and zeros coming out of here into here, and then it's getting converted into audio. Now, out of the DSP, you're going to need to go ahead, MacMan.
There you go, man. Right there, MacMan.
So out of the DSP, you can turn those gains up too high, and out of the amplifier, you can turn the gains up too high. So there again, connecting your DD1 after the fact. Now, there again, as we talked about earlier, keeping it 0 dB, you have to be real careful when setting up for DSP, because if you turn the EQ up, you're raising it from above 0 dB. That's essentially, you're going up. So if you do a DSP and you put like 6 dBs and you have it set, that's 12, if you go to negative 5 dB or negative 6 dB and then you raise the EQ, you just added 12 dBs to it. That's a lot. So 0 dB is not a bad place to be when setting it up. You can always go back in after the fact and raise the volume at the DSP. Okay, so you can always do it after the fact. But setting it up, there's nothing wrong with keeping it at 0 dB and keeping your gains low.
There you go.
Just go slow and be careful. Lots of fun. Dean, I have a DM810 with a Bluetooth dongle. Help, I can't find the ACR remote app. ACR 3 remote. What's it called?
It's,
I didn't think of it. I just thought it was called the...
No, it's DM CTRL. DM CTRL.
There you
control. Go. DM control. That's it.
Yeah. I just got a Linkwix 12-inch. Ooh. Well, let us know how you do with it. Like in a month or 2 or 3 or 4 or 6 months, if it's still working the way it's supposed to, let us know.
Will you recommend a Scar 12-inch CVX for some good loud bass, or what would you recommend?
No, that's nice.
That's a loud bass.
I like that one.
Yeah,
I'm a big fan. I love the ZVX. I want to buy one just so I can sit it on the counter. I know that's like a sacrilege. Well, I want the big one. It only comes in a 15. I'm like,
buy the 18.
I don't want it's too big. I need something small. I like the biggest 10 they have. I just want this because I just want this giant 10 that just
weird. We don't have space.
We don't have any damn room for it. I don't care. I still want it. It's cool looking. I like audio.
We have the 8-inch right there.
Dude, I love those the speaker brand that the guy makes that like the magnet looks like dumbbells. It's like those. Oh, that's so. I just look at. Oh, it's so cool. It's artwork to me. I just like. It's just so cool to look at. And also, the speaker is getting around 40 watts RMS, more than recommended. So I'm gonna 0 dB. Yeah, definitely 0 dB for sure. Do you import a house EQ curve EQ like REW or manually tune on your DSP installs? So we use the DMRTA when tuning. And, you stare at a DSP long enough, you kind of know where you want it to be. So I can look at that. I have a house curve that I try to get to as a starting point that is burned into my eyeballs. So I'm looking at this, and I move things around, and I get it where I want. It's not anything I import into it. But once I get it, I set that up, and I set the passenger door for it. And then I copy that over to the I want my driver's door to match it. When I get those two right, I hop into the car and I take a listen. And sometimes it's good, sometimes it sucks, because it just depends on the type of speaker you're listening to. So then I'll go back and I'll look at what the characteristics of the speaker are, make a few more tweaks, and I'll get it the way I want it and let those speakers shine the way they're supposed to. Because there again, not every speaker has to sound the same. Each speaker manufacturer has different sound to it, and you want to let that speaker play that sound. So, a house curve is just a nice place to start, to where you can get okay, I'm at step 1. Now I get to start having fun. So it's getting to that point and then tweaking from there. No, we haven't done the high 10 yet. I don't even know if Paul's got them in.
Hello from Canada. Hey, what's up, man?
Oh, did you hear Mobile Toys MTI's 18-inch Rolls Royce?
No.
I mean, I talked to him about it because it was in front of us, and Chris and I were standing there, and I was like, dude, a freaking 18, really, bro?
Yeah.
He's like, why not? And I was like, yeah, definitely.
Right there.
But no, I didn't get to hear it. I know a lot of people did. Dude, the problem is when we go there, we get very little time to actually sit in cars and listen to them.
We're running around all the time.
Like it's funny,
Yeah.
We got to hear Nick's truck the first time we went, which was really cool. But dude, that was like pulling teeth to get us over there to listen to it. We got to listen to
and it's a lot of people at the end of the line. So
when we just don't have time to stand there.
And like, all right, we're gonna go and listen to this car, and it's like 3-4 people. We're not waiting 10-15 minutes in there, So it was like, okay, let's go, and we come back later. When that happened, it's just.
So on the soldering gun, if you go to DNF tool drawer to the soldering section. If you're actually looking for a soldering gun, I have the soldering gun that I used to use listed there. I've used it for years and years and years. I've switched to the iron that is on there now because it's always hot and I can just let it sit on my desk and just burn away. But for anything else outside of the vehicle, outside of my desk where I do all my work, we use the Aussie irons anytime we need to go into a car.
There you go,
the Aussie iron pretty much rules the show. You can find that at AussieIron.us. If I had to have just one soldering iron to do my job, it would be an Aussie iron because I can do everything with it. So, there you go.
Thank you.
Really like your show. Thank you. Really like that you like us. Foos is using MTI for overhauling.
That's
I know, right?
Yeah. We saw it.
Pate makes a really good product over there. Yeah, he's top notch, man. Those guys are just insane. I mean, what they do is nuts.
All right. Thoughts on the Scar RP 1200? Don't run it at 1 ohm.
Yeah, they make a 2000, or I think they make a 1500.
Yeah.
Go up to the 1500, run it at the next ohm load down, and call it a day. Run it at 2 ohm, not 1. It doesn't matter.
No.
So run it at 2
ohm.
ohm. So get the 1500. It's only a couple bucks more, and run it at 2
ohms.
And it'll run forever.
Yeah.
And you'll be so happy.
No 1 ohm.
I know. Yeah. What do you do with the cars with aluminum speaker wire? Most of the time that's a Toyota, and we're running new wires to that point anyways.
Yeah.
So, but, yeah. Just don't solder to them, because pardon me, you can't do that.
No.
But yeah, most of the time it's the Toyotas.
That's right.
Pate is a madman. Pate is a madman. Their business is crazy. Yeah, it's got nice stuff. If you don't follow them, it's mobile MTI. Yeah, mobile toys. Follow them on Instagram.
Texas, baby.
Dude, they get the guys, man. Let me tell you what. Yeah, Texas for sure.
They get the guys. What's up? What's up, guys?
Shout out from Phoenix.
Okay.
I'm currently installing an LC7i on a 2019 Silverado. Why?
Silverado.
I'm looking for a T-harness to do, okay. So the only reason why you need an LC7i on a Silverado 2019 is if you have the small screen. Meaning you have like the little 7-inch or the little 3-inch screen. If you have something with I don't know if it's a 2019 though. So if you open the glove box, see if it has an IO5 or IO6 in the parts number. There's a big sticker that's silver and it's got all. If it's got an IO5 or IO6 number on it, then you want an Amp Pro. Now if it's a 2019, true 2019 that has the new harness built into it, then no, obviously the Amp Pro won't work. But there is no T-harness. That also sucks. So. And it probably is the 2019 that has the newer one, because that's why you're asking. So, all right. There's no T-harness for that.
4 8s or 2 10s for the Type A's?
I know it's very vogue right now to do 4 8s.
Yeah. Or
6 6.5s. It's like, yay. I don't know, man. I'm gonna be hard pressed on that one. I don't know. I haven't heard enough of these new 4 8s to get excited about it, but I would probably do that just because I like doing stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
In my Eclipse, I did 2 8s and a bandpass because no one was doing 2 8s and a bandpass, so I was like, I'm going to do 2 8s and a bandpass. Then I eventually took it out for 110 and a bandpass, and I was like, yeah, this sounds better.
Hey, Wolf Williams. Shout out to Wolf Williams.
It's okay, man. We were in the wrong place anyway. So
yeah, exactly.
We're on YouTube instead of Facebook. Hope we get that figured out before next week.
Yeah.
I know, man.
Okay, so if we...
it just takes more heat. All right, that's cool. Try not to. Never heard of Brand X. Oh, no, I haven't heard of that.
No. So go to the MacMan.
Yeah.
That's it.
What was the new concept question there? I didn't see that one.
Concept? RCA something.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, but this is so fast. Right here. Have you ever used a Concept RCA's cable or battery terminals?
I've used the battery terminals. I have not used the RCA's. I like the battery terminals. They're not bad. Recommendations on mount a second battery kinetic inside of the cab on a 2012 Silverado single cab. Why would you put it in the cab on a Silverado? Silverado 2012 should have 2 battery mounts. Yeah, it should be one up by the driver's front and one back by the passenger firewall. I've always just put them there. If it has the one here, I've put them up by the passenger firewall. But yeah, other than that, I have no idea.
All right, I have a 5-channel amp with the DSR-1 on the 2013 Ford Raptor. How can I keep my center channel off?
Got to talk louder. You kind of drifted off. How can I keep my center channel or be able to amplify the center channel? Well, if you have a DSR-1, it has the option to run a center channel out of it in the setup mixer. What you'd have to buy is an amplifier to power the center channel. You need a single little amp to do that. That's it. So
something like that.
The ACM 1.300 is a full range Class D amplifier that would do the job. We also have used in the past. Stinger makes their 2x300 little Stinger amp. It's about that big. We've used that in the past. But you need something small that has something that you can bridge, and you need an amp. So buy an amp, put it in, and you're done. CCA should come with a warning on the label. Port connectors get hot, prone to corrosion, and brittle. OFC for the win. I agree. I'll agree with that 100%.
But they're never going to do that.
But they're never going to do that.
No, because they want to sell it. So.
Well, no, the reality is that when you get a price-conscious shopper that is only worried about one thing, is like, what kind of deal can I get on this? They're going to buy they're going to buy the CCA. People are going to sell them the CCA because it's like, I only want to spend this much money. And it's like, and then they're the first guys that complain when the stuff doesn't work right. And you're like, dude, you only wanted to spend this much money. I had to fit it in. And it's like, you can talk to them till you're blue in the face. They don't care.
Yeah, I like Richard. What percentage of you car audio customers keep returning to upgrade their systems? They keep getting better and better equipment. I'm starting to worry about the car disease.
So I try to get everyone to buy what they want the first time. It's like,
not always.
It's a kick in the balls, but there again, if somebody, so when I sit down to design a system with somebody, I'll be like, okay, you know, what is your long-term goal here? Are you planning on keeping the car for 5 or 6 years? Is it just a 2 years and out? And then once we figure that out, then it's like, okay, so do we need to do this right away? I mean, everyone wants to, I want it now. We're that society of instantaneous gratification. However, if it takes a matter of 6 months to like when we start designing a system, you want to spend X amount of money, and 6 months from now you'll have the actual money you need to do the system. I try to convince the people to wait the 6 months. However, if you're designing a much bigger system, then what we try to do is build in a strategy so that we're always improving the system as we go. So it's like, people always want to start with a subwoofer. And it's like, if the system we're designing includes a head unit, then no, we're not going to start with a subwoofer, we're going to start with the head unit. The next thing you can buy is a subwoofer, because once you add that big, tremendous amount of bass and you can't hear your mids and highs, of course you're encouraged to get your highs faster because you want to be able to hear the music. So, you know, it's just a matter of building blocks of what you want to do. But I always try to get people to buy the right stuff the first time. But yeah, it's definitely disease. Now, when I first got into this years and years ago, I could not wait to get a paycheck every Friday so that I could go buy more stuff. And I guess I was more of a hoarder. I just kept buying stuff and keeping stuff, and I didn't want to get rid of my old stuff because it was cool. But I ended up getting rid of it because money was always nice to have so I could buy more stuff. So it's just whatever. Why not running SCAR RP at 1 ohm? Listen, just because something says it'll do something doesn't mean it should do something. I'm pretty sure the speedometer on your car says your car will do 120 miles an hour. Have you ever tried to do it? Does it like doing it? No, it doesn't. But it says it will. One of the things you have to keep in mind about that particular amplifier is it's not their Korean-built amplifier, so it's not got the Korean board in it that everyone loves. It just performs better. Our experience with the amplifier is that we have no problems with the amplifiers when we run them at 2 ohms as opposed to 1 ohm. So anytime, if you come in here and you want to design the system, we are not running that amplifier at 1 ohm. I don't care. It's not what we're going to do because I don't want to spend my life replacing your amplifier. Because you're going to run it, and you're going to beat the crap out of it,
damaged,
and it's just not worth it.
Some equipment, so no.
It's not that much more to go up to the 1500 and run it at 2 ohms and have the same amount of power and not have to worry about the amplifier. Just saying.
Thank you, Matthew.
If you ever run on a treadmill, do you go hop on and put it right to 6 minutes and go? No, you don't.
Minutes.
Don't do that to that amplifier. We're just saying. Experience here.
That's it.
Noise from amp power wires. Ooh, really? It happens. Hi, I'm from Australia, in South Australia. Ooh. Hopefully you're not dealing with those fires.
And you have helped me a lot in the installations in my car. It was a 9-1 mess. Amen.
Yeah.
That's good. Keep going.
Okay. Is the kicker key 2 ohm stable? Yes.
It's a 2 ohm stable.
Yeah, but I don't think we've ever run it at 2 ohms. Yeah, I don't think we've ever, I wouldn't run it at 2 ohms. I mean, the whole design around the kicker key. So the kicker key is a simple install. It's made to do specific things. So it's made to do one out of 2 things. It's made to run a 4-channel system, meaning 4 channels at 4 ohm, or it's made to run a 2-channel system where you have a mid-bass and a mid-range. And that's it. Now, if one of those speakers just happens to be 2 ohm, then it'll do it. So like if you're talking about like you're going to get some of the Infinities or the JBLs that have that lower ohm load, yes, you'll be fine. But if you're planning on running like 8 speakers on it, I wouldn't do that.
All right, that will be the last one.
Oh gosh.
What do you think about the DSP and the up mixer? I have an audio control D4800 that doesn't have the up mixer. I was wondering
it was worth the upgrade.
To the upgrade to the Helix.
If you're going to be doing a center channel or entertaining the idea behind a center channel, then obviously you're going to need an up mixer. If the center channel is just a toy that you want to have, then you could get into, you know, yes, spending the $500 to get into it, but then you're going to need a different amp. So, there again, if you're just looking for a better center image, I would just look at your tune, because there's no reason why you can't get a driver one car center image with that product. It'll do it every time. It just comes down to personal preference. If you want to play with the center channel, by all means, do it. It's fun. It's there. Is it going to sound any better? Is it going to sound any worse? I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. You know, it's just one more speaker.
That's right. And with that,
yes,
it's an hour.
All right,
and
so
53 seconds.
Let's go over real quick. So the shows that are coming up: Friday the 7th. 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be looking here on YouTube for those shows. Saturday, the 8th, 2 p.m. Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is going to be the second show. So this is going to be live from Knowledge Fest. Now, there is going to be a show Thursday. However, I don't know when, so make sure you're paying attention for a show sometime Thursday. We don't have a specific time we're going to do that yet, but as soon as we know where. Because we don't know where we're going to do it yet.
Right.
If you are in the LA area, we will be at the Peterson Automotive Museum around 11 till 2, hanging out, taking pictures, and having a good old time with our buddy Bobby. Mm-hmm. And then also tomorrow, Kicker is having a webinar open to anybody. So anybody that wants to attend the webinar, it is attendee.gotowebinar.com/register/ this big long number. Now, I will put this into the show notes for this here on YouTube. Just give me an hour. I'll put it up there. So if you'd like to do it, I believe it's tomorrow at 10 o'clock Central Time. Oh my gosh. So anyone can do this. You don't have to be, anyone can do this, okay? So any one of you guys that just wants to hear these guys talk at Kicker, it's going to be about finding a usable signal in your car, one of the topics that we get asked a lot. They're going to be doing the show. It ought to be fun. Boom. I'll put this in the show notes for you guys. And that's it. This is the last show we're doing before we go to Long Beach. So thank you guys for tuning in. We'd like to thank Audio Control for being our sponsor for the event.
Yeah.
We're gonna have a great time. We're gonna try to take you guys along. We're gonna try to take you guys along and show you as much stuff as possible. Naturally, follow us on Instagram.
Yeah.
Because we will be going Instagram Live a lot.
Thank you, Boba that clown.
We want to. Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah.
We will be trying to. Hands doing the sign of the horn. Woo-hoo. Okay. We'll be trying to do as much live stuff as we can to take you guys along with us, to show you everything we can. The reason why we go to these Knowledge Fests is for us to learn, but we also want to make sure you guys get to be part of it and see what we're learning, and also that if you have dealers in your area that are going to these things to make themselves better, that, these are the guys you should be working with. Mm-hmm. So we want to show you what they're learning and all that other fun stuff. Plus, it's car audio, and like I said earlier, car is just cool, man. And I like car audio, so we want to have a lot of fun with that.
All right, guys. So just,
yeah, have a wonderful week.
Keep eye on.
Don't worry, tomorrow.
Instagram.
Yeah, we're gonna be doing a lot of Instagram. There's no doubt about it. I don't know why I keep banging the table, but there won't be this show tomorrow. I'm gonna try to get the last episode of the Raptor video up for you guys to watch tomorrow. I know it's been stretching out. It's just been a lot of fun, and we did a lot of stuff in that car. So
all right.
yeah. All right. I'm going to stop talking.
All right, guys.
Thank you so much.